This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Bloody hell, Governor. It's the final episode of Season 1 of Pennyworth. I'm hoping it's not the final episode in general. Let's get into that. I am Phil. Joining me, the DC superfan himself.
It is Tyler from the Krypton Report. You know, that one guy that Phil started before the bat with, 5 years ago?
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Jeez, time, man.
It's awesome, yeah. There's your Gotham Rock.
Okay. So, real quick, think about this, Phil. Krypton and Gotham were announced as TV shows at the same time. Gotham started before Krypton, and they both ended the same year.
Was it the same year?
This year?
Oh, yeah. Well, one got 5 seasons, one got 2.
Yeah, I know.
Ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
So anyway, yes.
So Pennyworth this morning, I decided to watch it before work, and I was on my way to work, and I messaged Phil, and I'm like, yeah, man, I watched Pennyworth, can't wait to talk to you. And Phil goes, I got 15 minutes left. And then as I'm driving, I just get this text, wow, in all caps. And I'm like, right?
I know, because I was just like, everyone's locked up, they're wrapping everything up, so, okay, Tyler, I'll get back to you. And I was like, holy crap.
So I will say, if I was going to, tell someone, about this show, I honestly feel Phil, watch up to Esme's death, then skip and watch episodes 9 and 10. Maybe 8, but just 9 and 10. I feel like that was, the show to me. Because this episode was more of the show that I wanted the whole time.
Again, it's just very weird in the middle there, all the Crowley stuff,
Exactly. It's that's the filler stuff you get when you got 22 episodes to, not 10.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I was like, are we killing time? But we only had 10 episodes.
But man, this episode, I did afterwards, I did as I was getting ready to leave, I did this impression, little speech of Alfred to Jania. And I had her rolling about it because it was just hey, Mom. I don't want to do my British accent because I feel like it's funny when I'm doing it here, for my wife, but it might be insulting to English people because it's not that great when I'm doing it on the podcast.
Oh my Lord. I'm gonna have to exercise all my willpower because Saturday we're going to a wedding, so I'm gonna be all dressed up, like a suit and stuff, and I'm just gonna feel the need to be like, right, Mom, right?
Well, Jania told me I need to come in. Oh, what was the line that Mr. P said? And I said, so she's like, you need to bust in and be like, what is all this going on here? What was it?
Jania could call you Mr. P.
Exactly.
Mr. Patrick, yes.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell her that right now. Phil says,
I love the way their marriage is going. Phil says you should call me this.
Mr. P.
Just the letter, Ginny, and not no 2 E's behind it.
Yeah, just the letter.
He's not that
old. Not yet. But man, was this episode okay? Spoilers, because this is the season finale, and definitely I feel like season 2 is the season that I wanted for season 1, with the way they ended this and set it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, spoilers for the final episode of Pennyworth.
Yep.
Thank you. If those who are wondering, how did they see it? Epic subscription.
Mm-hmm. Although, I mean, it ends tonight, but did you see, I guess they were doing another, free preview weekend this weekend?
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
So, binge it. 10 episodes, easy binge, especially if you did the free Charlie Esser, if you did the free, because I would love to talk to Charlie again.
Yeah.
Because, we did the first 3 together. I would love to talk to him now after that middle.
Yeah. We'll have to see, because when I saw it yesterday, I did message him and say, hey, Epix is doing another free preview weekend. It looks like they were replaying the episodes, because when I looked at the guide, they were on episode 6 or 7 or something.
So, where should we start?
Alfred attempting to flee the country.
So Alfred's fleeing the country, and where else is he going to go? America.
Yeah.
And could they have sounded any sadder at the idea of going to America?
Well, he's leaving his home, but yeah, I mean that was the first thing they fooled me with. I thought, oh, is he going to flee to America, and that's where we'll pick up with him in season 2?
Which is what I thought. I thought, okay, that's interesting.
I thought he's going to go with the Waynes or Thomas.
Yeah. Okay, so he goes and sees Martha and Thomas,
mm-hmm.
and confronts them after Thomas basically tells. All right, let's start at the beginning. This is like a very loaded episode.
Oh yeah.
You have Harwood basically overthrowing the government, staging a coup.
Oh yeah, he has the Sykes sisters. They're holding the Queen hostage,
and he's now taking power. He has the military, so everything's shut down. Alfie can't get out, and so, crap! I just lost my train of thought.
Because he's trying to get on. He's trying to get on that boat. Baz and Dave Boy are trying to get him on this boat, and they think they're after Alfred because of the whole murder and everything, but nope.
And then Thomas. Okay, so Thomas tells, basically, he tells Martha that the CIA sanctioned the murder of the No Name League, and it was Undine Thwaites. She had her husband killed.
Yep.
And and
he tells her,
yeah. They have an interesting conversation about the whole movement's not bad just because one person or the leaders are,
mm-hmm.
but he basically tells her she had her own husband killed. And I kind of feel like the Ripper was very underutilized. He could have been a really cool, creepy pseudo Jack the Ripper type character that Alfred could have been tracking, but no.
Well, we do see him slip off in this episode. So we
get that set up, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want to talk so much about what this show could be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I get caught on that, but it's just didn't feel like the show I thought we were going to get. It started kind of like that, but then it just didn't. And I feel like this episode is a little bit more in line with what we could have gotten.
Yeah.
But all that to say, so, Martha and Thomas basically express their interest in each other. Later, Alfred shows up because he needs, help getting out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out that he was the bad sniper.
Yeah.
And they were like, you missed on purpose. He's like, yes.
Yeah, get me out of the country. Thomas is like, yeah, okay, we're going.
He's like, yeah, I missed on purpose.
You're welcome.
And they're like, Alfred could shoot the wings off a fly, and it's, and I think that was just kind of funny because everybody kind of underappreciates him and doesn't think about it, but yeah, he's deadly.
He was shooting the glasses off the table. Takes probably more skill to miss the people.
So we have that. Then he finds out that's when they find out that the Queen has been kidnapped. Pieces it together that it was the Sykes sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, of course, is like, "Oh, Bet Sykes is dead." No, she's not.
Long story.
And then we start to get more banter, which I was digging. I liked just, once again, this is the show that I wanted right here of Thomas, Alfred, and everybody together. And you can hear Solomon crying that he doesn't want to go to bed upstairs. If you listen carefully, my mic may pick it up. Children, man, what the heck, But so that happens, and Alfred goes and successfully, with Martha and Thomas, saves the Queen. So that's twice now he saved the Queen.
Yeah, because they track him. They track her down to the Sykes sisters, and Bet has the knife to the Queen's neck, and
then the Queen calls in the military and tells them, she's free and to turn on Harwood. Which I love the fact that they quickly execute the two people who's with Harwood.
Oh yeah.
But why? This is what I hate. Why didn't they just shoot Harwood? I hate when the person empowers I'm going to enjoy torturing blah blah. Dude, just get it over with because we know how the story goes.
I think there'd be all kinds of crap going down if people wouldn't believe he was dead. I think they wanted a public execution, maybe.
Maybe, but I'm just saying Like, so, and they missed the chance to call him like Metal Beak or Metal Nose or Golden Nose.
I love that's like
Pecker.
I love that's like the first thing the general does. He just like smacks that nose off his face.
And okay, so at the beginning of the episode, they come up on Harwood's mansion. Why is his wife hanging herself? Did he kill his own wife?
I don't know.
I feel like I missed. I was like, did I told Janelle? Did I miss something? Because there's his wife and their servant dead, hanging there.
Well, maybe he discovered weren't they having an affair or something, or maybe she was just like
disgusted by her husband. I don't know. It was just kind of weird.
British people. Oh, we don't want to need to be disgraced.
So yeah, I mean, we had that right off the bat at the beginning, and it was just like, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So that catches us back up. We got Harwood. The Queen asks Alfred for a favor. Alfred takes a plunge with the Queen.
Oh,
and I love when he leaves. Like, I ought to get home to Mom and Dad.
They're gonna be worried.
And he's like, gotta go. And I'm like, I look at Jeannie like, I don't know what I would do, like that kind of situation. Like, all right, can I call you? Like, Queen, see it, Queenie. She's like, you can't tell anyone. He's like, no one would believe me.
Wait, wouldn't you stay until she kicked you out?
Right. He's like, he's above that. He's already done. He's out of there. And
I could just,
so we go.
I mean, I just pictured that, like, I don't know, 50 years after that day, oh, Master Bruce, did I ever tell you I slept with the Queen of England? What?
Well, see, it's like, they kind of set that up in the first episode that she had this, like, and I would have liked to have seen more of that, because thinking back, just thinking back, like, how they wrote, just thinking about Gotham and how they wrote the character of Alfred being a little bit of a charmer, ladies' man, I kind of expected this Alfred to be a little charming as well, and maybe like they incorporate more of like he runs into the Queen and it's a little bit more flirtatious throughout the first season, but it's like, I mean, this picks up, I feel like, where we left off.
Well, I mean, see,
the first few episodes,
season 1, 10 episodes, he slept with 3. Well, he had Esme, he had what's her name, Sandra, the bartender's daughter, the Queen of England. And if he would have pushed,
he went.
Yeah, so he had 3 women. If he would have pushed
in 10 episodes,
if he would have pushed it, he maybe could have gotten Martha Kane.
He probably could.
Yeah,
I mean, he probably could. He just would have let it go. But it just like, and then I just love it because then he's at home and he gets a call and his mom. It's like, there's a woman on the phone, Alfred. Okay, Mom. And it's the Queen, and Jania cracked up at the fact that he's sitting there with a picture of the Queen on the wall.
Oh, yeah, the parents probably hung that. Yeah.
As he's talking to her, like, yeah, if you want to get together again, sure. Okay, sounds good. I would like that, too. And I told Jania, like, I don't know, it would have been kind of interesting if the Queen had, like, sent a car for him. He was being taken to the Queen, and when he gets there, there's the surprise. But we'll hold off on the surprise for a second.
Yeah, but the more official gets, like her sending a car or something, there's more. She doesn't want people to know she's sleeping with Alfred. So
I like, Alfred mentions that they offered him a job at Scotland Yard.
Yes, I wonder if he's gonna get offered even after the events of the end of this episode. I wonder if they're gonna offer him like an even higher ranking job.
Yes,
like protection for the Queen or whatever.
They should have, because after the end of this, hold on.
Yeah.
He should be the Queen's bodyguard. But, so we find out that Alfred's dad was all excited and was talking about, the revolution of the Raven Society, and his mom is like, I didn't know that it was like that. I thought it was just kind of like the Masons, like a game. I was like, okay. A little dig at the Masons. Just all fun.
I thought you were not drinking.
You like the camaraderie and everything. But no, we find out he straight up was like hardcore into it.
Oh yeah, when Harwood's troops were like marching down the street when they were in power for all 5 minutes, his dad was out in the street going, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, then we find out he's like in a very like elite group called the Old Guard and all this. And Alfred, confronts his dad that he knows he has cancer. And it was really interesting that, like, his dad, like, just had this huge chain of, like, I guess you could say, like, change of heart,
I think, yeah, because I think it's like, in the beginning of the season, like the first episode, his father's like, oh, why don't you be a butler? That's like the honorable thing to do is to be a butler. But then by, the end of the season now, he's, his father almost seems like, oh, the rich keep us down. I have to be a butler.
Yeah, like
So he's either lying in the beginning of the season or he's made this emotional journey, I guess. This realization.
I just feel like, I don't know. His father is just a very interesting character.
Oh yeah.
And
oh yeah. Oh, right.
We find out some stuff about his dad, just how dedicated he is to the cause.
Oh yeah, Harwood's locked up, and it seems like most of the movement's dead. But yeah, Alfred's dad's was that supposed to be a cake? Didn't it look like a wooden box?
Yeah, like
I was like, is this supposed to be like visually look like a cake? Because yeah, it looked like a.
We find out that Alfred's dad's working the butlering at the
big official
the celebration dinner for their victory. When basically it sucks because Alfred, saved the queen and everything, and he's, it's all the people who did nothing who just sat back while things went down.
But
like the prime minister.
I love when Alfred figures it out when he's on the phone with the queen and he runs off, grabs his gun and runs off. And then when he gets there, the guard's like ready to shoot him. But, then he sees that other woman who's working there who must know his father and him. So she's like,
Alfie. He's like, oh, you can speak with Dad.
Because she even tells the guard, he's family.
Yeah. And I was like, awesome. Like, and I just love when so Alfred's dad's basically a suicide bomber to kill the queen.
Yeah, he basically wheels in this bomb in the wood cake, whatever it is. Yeah, Alfred comes in. I was like, oh my god, is he gonna have to like shoot his dad?
I was like, is he gonna I thought like he's gonna blow it up and Alfred's gonna show up and his dad's dead, the queen's dead, and all this. And Alfred busts in and like tells his dad, don't do this, And we have a little bit of a setup before where his dad tells him, basically, remember me like now, not for what people will say, and
think well of me.
Alfred punches his way in literally and calls out his dad, and his dad pulls out the dead man switch, and Alfred pulls his gun and shoots his dad.
Yeah,
doesn't hesitate. Like, he shoots his dad, and his dad goes down, drops it. I don't think he shot him in the shoulder, but I couldn't tell.
Well, after the bomb goes off, it doesn't matter.
And then Alfred, turns to pull the queen out, and the bomb goes off, and the episode ends with him walking out with the queen in his arms.
Yep.
Now, we missed a couple little beats. Number one, the one that was like crazy is when they save the queen and some dude pops out the cabinet and stabs Dave Boy.
I know. Oh yeah, the dude,
and he's like, "Ow!"
Suit. Yeah.
And I'm like, "Ow!" Like I've been like, "Oh!"
He's like, because it's not like it's like Thomas Wayne or anything. It's Dave Boy. I was like, "Oh, they're not going to go Dave Boy, are they?"
And I was like, Dave Boy been shot, stabbed. I mean, he's like, he gets hurt and keeps on going.
I know, because I was like, "Oh no, that wasn't like because when Alfred was talking about leaving for America, Dave Boy was like, we're never going to see you again, right?" I was like, oh, no, that wasn't calling out Dave Boy's death, was it? But no, he seemed fine.
No,
all bandaged up.
He just can't die.
It's all drunk, you can't feel it.
This is true. This is very true.
But the whole thing with Alfred's dad, he believes in the cause because it's like he's dying, so I guess he's like, I might as well give my life for something.
Exactly. And that's what I told my wife. I was like, oh, crap. He's going to be some sort of like suicide mission type thing. I didn't know what he was going to do, but I was like, he's going to do something. And of course, that's what he decides to do, is basically suicide bomb. And Alfred saves the queen. And I was like, Janine's like, what's he going to say to his mom? And I was like, what's he going to say to his mom? He's going to be like, hey, Mom, see, I got this girl problem. See, I've been plugging the queen, right? I saved her now 3 times. And yeah, Dad tried to blow her up on I had to shoot Dad in the arm and he blew up, but I saved the Queen. I got a job now. Like, what do you say to that? Like,
just go home and be like, Mom, those damn Masons.
yeah, I think they got to Dad. I mean,
good Lord. Yeah, I know. But I just love when, when the detonator's about, it's counting down and Alfred grabbed the Queen. Everyone else in the room's just like sitting there going, ah, 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 not like running away, trying to run away.
I just like that, Alfred he just reacts.
Yeah.
He's not, he's
got to train
waiting on anything. He's just going, and he protected her. And that's what I really liked about the episode.
Yeah.
Is, Alfred, he reacted, and that's what he does. And I said to Jania, I was like, okay. She was like, man, I was like, well, can you think about it? Like, put it in the perspective of Alfred had to shoot his dad, and it caused his dad to, like, played into his dad's death.
Mm-hmm.
And now he sees this child whose parents are shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the kind of, like, it's like reverse, but there's a link there of the violence and loss of parents.
And plus he knows the parents, too.
Now, let's back up to when we have a scene of Thomas and Martha, okay, are about, like, they're making out, they're laughing, they're kind of bonding.
Well, before that, I mean, basically they're in the truck going to rescue the Queen, and Martha's like, oh, she finally gets it. She's like, I finally get it. You're interested in me in a sexual way. Thomas just looks at Alfred. Alfred's like, just pretend I'm not here.
But
I love I love what she says in a sexual way. Baz and Dave Boy just look back.
As if there's another way.
I know.
Like,
so yeah, she shows up at his hotel room later, and they start making out, which I thought we were going to see the conception of Bruce Wayne.
Okay, so that's what I was getting to. Like, so we have this scene of Thomas, like, stand up to take his shirt off and everything, and he gets shot.
Yep.
Like, twice, it looked like. And he falls over, and he's kind of out of it, and Martha's over top of him. And Jania's like, well, he's fine. We know he's fine.
Yeah,
I was like, we do. But I was like, but could you have imagined if they had just had sex? Then he got shot. And if they were alluding to they have the balls to change up the origin to where Thomas died before Bruce was born.
Yeah.
And it was Martha that was gunned down by herself in the alley with Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't do that, but just like the idea of, like, this show is a prequel of different, like, they could play with that idea more if we have the sense that, oh, Bruce is already set to be born.
Yeah.
But since
they didn't do it,
since that didn't happen, you're like, Thomas is fine.
Especially
like, there's no drama, there's no tension.
Yeah.
There,
plus, I think
because he's fine.
I think it was more shoulder than chest. So yeah.
Exactly. And I'm just like, and I'm thinking the CIA did it themselves,
maybe,
to take out Thomas as a loose end.
I'm just wondering if that's the event where he's like, I love this woman, and hey, like you said, maybe the CIA did it. Maybe he's like, okay, that's it. I'm out. We're going back to Gotham. I'm doing philanthropic work from now on.
Yeah, like, that's a huge deal. Like, because I really think this would be an interesting season 2 of, like, Alfred, like the Queen wanting Alfred to work for him, and he tries to work for her, but then he just decides he needs out. Like, there's too much of, like, what happened, and, like, really some drama between him and his mom. Like, I think for just dramatic purposes, his mom basically being against him and would be interesting for part of the season, to where Alfred feels like he has to leave. And that's just something else. Like, he lost his dad, but then he also lost his mom in a way.
Yeah.
And the pain that he suffered, he doesn't want Bruce to suffer. So.
Or unless someone tries to kill his mom because his father tried to kill the Queen.
Right. Maybe she has to flee to Gotham with him.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know, but I really like this episode. I feel like this was more of the show that I had been wanting to see.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I mean, I want to see more, but I mean, again, a good cliffhanger. But I mean, if they ended it here, I mean, it kind of be. I mean, it's kind of a cliffhanger, but you could kind of wrap it up there. Although,
I mean,
you
kind of could.
You do have Thomas get shot, but you know he lives.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing is like that's one of those things like I said, if they had already had consummated, you could mess around with our expectations of how this plays out, but they didn't. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like would like to see a season 2. Like now that season 1's ending, wrapping up. Like I'm curious.
I wonder when they'll give us a announcement either way.
Yeah, like seriously, like I would very much like a announcement just because it's interesting. Like, are the ratings good enough? Like I feel like we've not heard anything in that vein of about the show. So,
I'm looking on Screen Rant right now. I think I did remember Lil did say this, that Epix isn't part of the Nielsen rating system, so it's extremely difficult to gauge the popularity of the series.
Which makes sense.
But again, I think this is like
they have their own way of tracking it. Just like Netflix has a way of tracking their stuff. They don't have to release it, but they have a way to track it.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, what kind of numbers do they want? Because this is like Epic's first like big,
like kind of a property.
Yeah, this is like the first. Like,
everything else has been more original stuff, and I feel like,
or I think they get like they replay movies and stuff too sometimes.
Yeah, but I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like some of these streaming channels need some sort of a property to kickstart it, because I feel like there wasn't really anything big about Netflix original stuff until we got Daredevil. Yeah. When it was like all the Netflix Marvel, and then it was like, oh, I now have this faith in Netflix originals that had never been there before. Yeah,
that's why I just think I bet you Epix went to DC and were like, I don't know if they wanted to more specifically or something. Yeah, give us something. Hey, we got let's go down the list. Pennyworth, we'll take it.
They're like, yeah, but like I say, it's also because you had the producers and people of Gotham, creative force behind Gotham. They did it. So it wasn't like someone that they were like, they didn't know who this person was. That there was this whole history they'd already had working together. So,
and I mean, what was I going to say? But yeah, they were saying, if they do renew it, it probably won't be back till next summer, because that's when season 1 aired. So
I just hope it's not like Krypton, in the sense like Krypton was like what the first season aired in April or like late March. Yeah, late March is when it started, because it was right when I moved. And then, so it was late March, and then the next season was in July. So it was a year months, and 4 months, between the seasons, and that's so awkward,
I mean, if Pennyworth comes back, it'd probably be maybe exactly a year, because I mean, at least with Krypton, you have so many special effects. You had so many special effects and stuff, and
the post was
right, Governor.
I mean, I tell you, every time I watch a show, I watch it with the caption on, because there's a lot of stuff you pick up, especially some of the like really interesting slang. Like it's cool.
And you get that little accent on the F word.
Oh yeah. Oh man. What was? Oh, there was a term. Man, there was like a cool there was just a cool term they used, and I was like, I like that. I can never pull it off, but I like that.
But I mean, I thought we haven't seen the club in how many episodes. I wonder if that's like a thing in the past.
I almost wonder if like there was like an original pitch. It was going to be but see, it's on Epix. I don't know. Maybe they had this in development or something for somewhere else, and they had like an outline or more shows written or more or whatever. And then they were like, nope, Epix is going to do it. And they just were like, we have all these scripts. We have this story. We're going to shrink it or something. Because it just feels like there's a through line here, and then it goes, and then there's like
I don't know. I think it's the nature of prequels. I think they set a plan, and then as they go, they're just like, oh, we need to change this. We need to go this direction instead. Because like Gotham, remember that was supposed to be all Jim Gordon all the time, and then once the Penguin hit it big, they started focusing on the villains, and they're like,
yeah, I mean, first season of Gotham is so weird because they stretched it out. That's why the Ogre was like 3 episodes long, because they had to find a way to fill stuff out and stretch that 22. And Gotham was a perfect example of one of those shows of, we want to do this, because originally it was like Bruce and Alfred were only supposed to be like in the first 2 episodes or something.
Yeah.
It was supposed to, the series was supposed to kick off with the Wayne's murder. We were going to meet Bruce and Alfred, and they were going to fade out.
Gotham Central. It's supposed to be Gordon and Bullock.
Yeah, and even
maybe
then,
Montoya and Allen, who disappeared.
I like the character that we got, but that was not Detective Bullock.
Yeah.
Unless they wanted to do something where, if they had done something where later Harvey had a son who showed up who was like basically Harvey Bullock Jr., and that was like our real Detective Bullock that we know from the comics or something. Because, that's not out of the realm of stuff that they would pull. Because, he just wasn't Detective Bullock.
And even like Montoya and Allen, they brought them in much too early in the story, yeah.
That's gone. It's just like, I would like to see a really good Detective Bullock and like that Gotham PD. And, there's a lot of hopes about the new Batman series of films of what could be done. And I'm just tired of these made for movie cops, like the ones we got in some of the background cops we had in the Dark Knight series and everything. Heck, even Justice League, we meet 2 people from, the Gotham police. One's Gordon and one's Allen. They planted that seed in that quick 2 seconds. But Pennyworth, man, I want to say check it out, but skip some episodes because you'll just be like,
you have to pay. You have to pay for it, but you can always go on that. They should have them. It should be sticking around on Amazon Prime and stuff, right?
I'm wondering if, like, now that it finishes up, if we'll get
like a Blu-ray release.
I'm just thinking, like, we probably will on iTunes.
Oh, maybe, yeah. But I'd love to,
like, digital release. I wonder if that would help push it.
Just the nature of the computer. It looks fine, but I'd love to see it in Blu-ray or 4K or something.
Don't even get me started on 4K.
I listen because
I get tired of people. I get tired of people like at work, like, oh man, is this in 4K? No. Then why do I have a 4K TV? Because you can watch Blu-rays and stream some stuff in 4K, but like broadcast cable and stuff doesn't come in 4K.
I don't have a 4K TV, but
I got one, and I got a 4K Blu-ray player. You know what? When I watch it, I can tell. Okay, just because like you're looking for different things, but like I think Netflix now streams in 4K if you have fast enough internet.
Oh yeah, we were at Best Buy yesterday. They look beautiful. Those pictures.
So I'm just like, people get on my nerves.
Oh hey, before we get out of here, do we want to hit Batman Superman number 2, which we covered that week? Pennyworth was we hit the first one when Pennyworth was off, but
yeah, let me go grab my issue. It's right over here. Hold on.
And wow, Tyler's gone. We've substituted his Batman Superman number 2 with a generic.
I just literally right.
We substituted this issue with a generic Marvel book.
Man, I didn't know that there was a Reed Richards in Gotham. All right, so I'm kind of sad that they didn't keep up with like the like alternate covers.
Oh yeah,
like because I love the first one having the Superman and having the Batman. But I'll tell you what, right off the bat, I love this art. This is probably some of my favorite Batman Superman art because I feel like it's not cheap, but it's not like the over stylized of like a Jim Lee or even like a Jason Fabok.
David Marquette. It reminds me of somebody else's style, but I don't know who. I like it, but it reminds me of someone else.
I'm really digging it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really digging it. I really like the way he draws Superman.
All his characters I think are good.
But man, this is a really good story.
I mean, this issue is basically just Batman and Superman versus the Shazam Who Laughs.
And hey, my theory proved right. Well, it feels like it did. Something's going on with Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, like last time, like it just felt like something was up with Gordon. We have Billy, really, like Billy Who Laughs. He got away, and we learn. So I didn't catch this last time, but the daggers that are made are for individual people. Because we have the Shazam dagger, and then they got the dagger for Superman. And I thought that was fascinating. We do learn something very interesting. I mean, there's a big twist. The last 1, 2, 3 pages of this book is what? Like, literally, it's like 3 twists.
Well, I mean, we discover that Batman has the Batman Who Laughs imprisoned under the Hall of Justice, which I thought, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they didn't show where it was, but I swear that Scott Snyder had that in the Justice League book, but I don't know.
First of all, Batman has a secret prison under the Hall of Justice.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Second, he already has the Batman Who Laughs. Where was that story? Like, so that makes me wonder, like, if issue 3, like, it would be crazy if issue 3 jumps backwards and tells us how he caught the Batman Who Laughs.
Didn't he catch him?
Because unless I missed something.
Did he catch him in the miniseries? I'm trying to remember.
I thought he did, but I didn't think I thought he caught him, but I didn't think he caught, like, I don't know. I thought he got away, kind of thing, like, or whatever.
Well,
I didn't know he still.
Maybe people just assumed he got away because Batman didn't tell anyone where he locked him up.
And can we just say how the Batman Who Laughs is the longest title for the character?
I know. I always want to take the off the front of it. It's just like.
Can we not think of something like Bat Laugh?
Or is that like subtle advertising? The Batman Who Laughs, because that movie's coming. The Batman.
Or just like not like Bat Joker or like the Batman Joker. Like it's like the Batman Who Laughs is just this whole interesting. Yeah. And then so Batman and Superman have a plan to find out who's infected and what the Batman Who Laughs wants.
All right.
And their plan is ridiculous.
So did they actually infect Superman, or do you think he's faking it?
I want to say there's some sort of altered infection.
Because
he says the clock is ticking.
In the miniseries, Batman became infected, so maybe they came up with a less
potent or something like to give to Superman to protect so that they can control it, or like the clock is ticking because he only has so long before it wears off. Because I'm just like, dang, like that is ridiculous and intense.
But yeah, that book's been really good.
Yes, it has, and it's one of those books that I don't follow. So when it drops, I'm like, yeah, sweet. Like it's on my pull because like this past week, I didn't know that Shazam dropped, so I was excited by Shazam because I'm kind of underwhelmed with the fact that they've decided not to keep up with that book as regularly.
It's been delayed too a bunch of times, so it's like it's always a surprise when it comes out. Almost just like, oh hey,
just like Doomsday Clock. When all of a sudden I go to the shop and there it is, I'm like, oh sweet. Now it is ridiculous, Phil. 12 issues over like 2 years. It started when Justice League was coming out. It's going to end in 2020. It started in 2017
Supposedly
in November.
The rumor is they're going to get number 12 out. Well, I forget if they said November or December, but yeah, we'll see.
What, December 29th?
The 31st, yeah.
So they can be like, look, what's the last Wednesday in December?
Well, the Joker's coming out this upcoming weekend, so we have to get all the Joker and Harley books out.
Dude, tell me why. Okay, December 25th, Christmas Day is the last Wednesday. Merry Christmas, DC. Why is it like I'm really liking? Okay, for anybody who's watching, the Black Label book Harleen is probably the best Black Label book that's come out.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I told Lilith that the other day, and yeah, I think she agreed.
And then they're gonna do this one, another like Joker. Hold on, I'm trying on camera. Yeah. Look, Joker Harley, and I'm just like, I don't want the Black Label to basically be Joker Harley stories, like, and then Batman. I want more characters to get better stories with Black Label.
Just like in the next month or so, because of that Joker movie, they're dropping all the Joker and Harley stuff now.
And what's weird is they're reprinting stuff under the Black Label.
I think they reprinted Batman White Knight, because Batman Curse of the White Knight is under the Black Label.
Which that makes sense, but they reprinted Lee Brahimo's Joker under Black Label. And then they're reprinting Luthor, Lee Brahimo's Luthor, and Brian Azzarello's Luthor under Black Label. And I'm just like, okay, like I get that they kind of fall into that, what the Black Label is, but I don't know. I'm really I'm about to reread Damn Straight, because I got Joker for Jania, and I feel like Joker plays and then Damn kind of is a sequel to it in a way. So I'm really interested in checking that out.
Straight.
Damn Straight.
I mean, Harley, first issue is really good. I mean, the art is beautiful, and it's like
the story is captivating.
It's a detailed origin for Harley, which I don't think we've ever gotten, because it seems like the animated series, the comics, it's always like Harley's already Harley, and we maybe get some of her origin through flashback.
The most origin we got, the animated, we have the Mad Love story in the comic, and then we have the New 52 villain one shot that they did when they did the villains.
Although
they
did an issue during No Man's Land too, where they kind of like real quickly like went into like, you know, Joker and Harley's origin, and then it's like, oh hey, she met Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy gave you this potion that gave her, you know, like super agility and, you know, basically stuff that, you know, so you could say, oh, that's how she survived this, or how she could do this.
And, you know, the New 52 is where they kind of retweaked. It's actually a cool read. I really love the villains month. But that's when they tweaked it to why she has the white skin too.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that you know, the Joker has to burn the same stuff that he went in. It's just like just let her be crazy.
I don't.
You know?
I don't, because then it makes the Joker's not unique. Like anybody can just take a dip into acid and come out white. You know, because my
and
thought
it's like
was
that 1 in a million shot. It's like, you know, you could dump anyone else, if you dump them in, they're gonna die. But it was just the right day, the right chemicals. You know, maybe the Joker has something in his body that, you know, he's the only one that could have survived.
Just kind of like Barry's accident, you know, was an accident. The cabinet of chemicals and all that stuff. So like trying to redo the accident.
But then Wally West got his powers the same exact way.
Yeah, it just kind of makes it a little less unique. That if anybody wants to be white, they just dip themselves in here. Like, you know, I like the idea that the Joker, he made it, but barely.
Yeah.
You know, it's like he could have died, he could have burned up or whatever, but he made it somehow. But all right, man. Anything else?
No. Like I said, check out Batman Superman #2 was good, but Harley #1. Like, I think I agree with you. This is the best Black Label so far. Although Curse of the White Knight's been good so far.
It's been good. It's definitely. That one's so much more like an Elseworlds kind of twisted tale. But this one's like just enough of like the basis.
Yeah, it
of
could
what
almost
we know.
be like regular continuity. Yeah,
continuity. Yeah,
but Curse of the White Knight. Curse of the White Knight. Bruce Wayne's been outed as Batman. I'm just by the end of this one, I wonder if they're going to make Dick Grayson Batman.
So speaking of continuity, we might as well touch on this. So I guess the 3 Jokers book's going to come out, and fans get to pick some way if we want it to be continuity or not. And I'm like, oh, you mean 3 Jokers? That book that was supposed to be in continuity, that was alluded to at the end of the New 52 after the Darkseid War, before Rebirth.
Ask Jason Todd how that fan voting goes.
Oh
and you know, there's people just like jerks on the internet who are going to be, you know.
I'm just curious about how it goes. Like, it's one of those stories, like, it would sound like a very interesting, fascinating, but I'm wondering if they weren't able to crack it the way they wanted to. So they're like, oh, we'll do it under Black Label so that it doesn't have to be continuity.
Is it actually going to be 3 separate people, or is it going to be 3 personalities?
So, I don't know. I'm curious enough to, I want to read it for sure, but just kind of like how, technically Doomsday Clock was continuity, and it still is, but it's under Black
But it
Label.
was it's been taking so long that everyone's like, well, we got to move our stories along.
Yeah, it's like they jumped, and then it was like, okay, just fill in the gaps. It's crazy. That's why I feel like Bendis as Superman, when it started, takes place after Doomsday Clock. Part of it because the original Doomsday Clock artwork all had the pre-Bendis suit and everything going into it. Bendis. But they can't figure out what they want to do. But
all right, let's get out of here. So keep your eyes peeled. If Alfred, if Pennyworth season 2 comes out around, we'll get to that. Maybe we'll drop some before the bat specials in every so often. But yeah, let us know. I mean, we got Capes and Lunatics and everything else. Let us know what you're thinking of the DC books. Oh, next weekend we're going to be doing our big Joker review. So, send us your thoughts on that.
Thursday night, baby.
I'm probably going Fridays because we have a wedding Saturday. So, yeah, I'm probably going Friday right after work. Send your thoughts. I think we're going to do the review Sunday sometime. So, yeah, send your thoughts at capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Just follow Capes and Lunatics and Before the Bat on Facebook, on Twitter. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, watch it all live on the Capes and Lunatics Facebook, Twitter, or at getvocal.com/channel/Capes. Tyler Patrick, where can people talk Superman with you?
Talk on the Krypton Report, Facebook, Twitter, and we're working on doing some Get Vocal stuff too, so you can see all of our pretty faces as well.
That pretty man, Mr. James Cole. Mr. James.
Yeah, he needs to get out there more. We need to see that James smile.
He's a big man, and he looks even bigger in the video you guys did last night because your screen was a little smaller than his. So.
I move too much is my problem. Can't sit still.
Get off the soda, boy.
Hey, this right here is some special, no calorie, no sugar, no artificial sweetener, no caffeine, ginger hybrid thing, 0 calories to help not drink Coke.
That's his vape of the soda world, people.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's not chump, but it tastes weird.
Yeah, you're gonna mute yourself down, man.
Yeah, last time I got really angry and almost punched a customer at work because I didn't have
a jokes, baby. All right, so yeah, send your thoughts on Pennyworth. We'll read them. We have enough shows. We'll read season 1 of Pennyworth. Your thoughts on Batman, Superman, Harleen.
I'm really interested in hearing people's thoughts on
I want to hear about the Joker.
Besides that.
Is there going to be riots in the theaters, or is it just the fake media, fake news?